Okay, so once I've established that, may I now start talking about the Zeroth law of thermodynamics? So what does the Zeroth law of thermodynamics say? The Zeroth law of thermodynamics says, if systems A and B are each in thermal equilibrium with a third system C, then A and B are in thermal equilibrium with each other. Now that might be like a very obvious statement, but what that means is if I have a system like this, where I have a glass thermometer, a glass casing, a mercury inside the glass, and some fluid that's surrounding it, the Zeroth law states that if the glass and the surrounding fluid are equal in temperature, then the mercury and the glass have to be at the same temperature, which implies that the mercury has to have the same temperature as the surrounding glass. So no matter what kind of systems you're using, this is going to hold. Okay? So, for example, I want you to do a test. So select a part of the table that you are not touching at this point. Put your hand on it and your arm. What is happening?
Equilibrium with the table.
Well, what do you feel?
It's cold.
What's cold? The table. Okay, now lift your hand up and put it exactly back down where it was. Now put it back to where you had it when we were starting this test. Is it as cold as it was before? Really? Well, maybe we waited too long. But do you see how it feels cold to you? The table? You don't radiate cold. The reason why the table feels cold to you is because you are giving up your heat to the table. And so the next time you should, well, I don't know. The next time you should touch it again, it should feel warmer. It's not as cold anymore, right? Actually, we should try that test again. So put one hand on it, leave your other hand in the air. Now put the other hand after relaxation time, maybe like, 10 seconds? Now put your other hand exactly where it was before. Which one felt colder? I'll try to get it to the same exact spot. Now move the other hand to another part of the table. Right? To me, that feels more cold because the new table place was colder. Mm-hmm. Right? Because your other hand had already warmed the space up for you for the other hand. Right? And that all is called thermal equilibrium. So if this hand is in thermal equilibrium with this one and they feel the same, then that means this hand is in thermal equilibrium with the other hand. That is called the Zeroth law of thermodynamics, where this means to a scientist, delta T will be equal to 0. No heat will transfer once you are at thermal equilibrium with each other. So why is this Zeroth law very important? The Zeroth law is important because The zeroth law gives us a definition of temperature that allows us to build and use thermometers.